Hi, I have been gone for a while, and I decided since I got some new Jessicurl Spiralicious, and it is working so fantastically. Plus, it was named Product of the Year by Curly Artistry, and the fusion product is the Deva Frizz Free Volumizing Foam, sealed with the Jessicurl Spiralicious. I thought I would show you what that does with my hair. And it's been a while, and I wanted to show you that I am growing out my gray. I just really got tired of trying to dye it every 4 weeks. So I haven't dyed it since probably the beginning of January. So about 60 days or so. And I've got, I don't know, over an inch of gray. So that's kind of exciting. I mean, part of me says, oh, no. And then part of me is like, I wonder what it's like. I wonder what it'll be like to have hair that isn't damaged to work with. And this is third day hair out of pineapple. I did comb it a little. All this volume. I mean, some of that I get from the pineapple. But also, Saturday I used just leave-in with Jessicurl Spiralicious over it. And then yesterday, because I had the Jessicurl in it, I decided, oh, I am going to just spritz down the length, and I did that really well, and I scrunched it, and I had pretty good wave, and I thought I'm just going to scrunch in some of the Deva Frizz Free Volumizing foam over it, and diffused it, and wow, I had like a lot of volume all day long. So it really is a great combo. It's not the softest when you do that, as if you just do the Jessicurl, but you get way more volume. So I really like Jessicurl by itself, the Spiralicious by itself, but I thought I'd show you what it does in conjunction with the Deva foam, since I need to rinse out my hair. I probably won't wash, because I'm at that lovely age where we are drying out. I don't have to like wash it very often. So I'll just go ahead and rinse out the product that's in there and show you what that combination does. So I'll show you about how wet my hair is. It's dripping. And I'm going to put Giovanni Too Chic Avocado and Olive Oil Ultra Moist Conditioner in it, which I really like. I'm going to buy a big one of this. Love this. I love it for conditioning. I love it for leave-in. So I'm going to put in about that much of the leave-in, and I'll be back. Voila! So I put that in and I squeezed out the excess moisture. It is still pretty wet. And I am going to apply this stuff upside down. Recently, kind of been finding that's a great way to do it. And first I'm going to now, since I put in my leave-in, I am going to put in the Deva Frizz Free Volumizing Foam first. This is not really a mousse. The consistency of it is pretty light. It doesn't have that creamy jelly type feel that mousses have. So I really don't know if it's really classified as a mousse. I mean, it is a foam product, so I guess it's in those categories. But just beware, it is pretty liquidy. So, and I just, I'm kind of finger combing here so it's not crazy wild when I flip over eventually. And as you can see, my waves come out. They're pretty straight. Okay, I'm going to put in, one pump is like this, and it's very light. It's very liquidy-ish, and I'm just going to squeeze it in, rake it in. And this is kind of like the MAP, Scott Musgrave's MAP, as far as I can tell, my interpretation. I rake it in and I'm going to squeeze it. Okay, squeeze it in and scrunch. Scrunched it all over. If I disappear from frame, it's because I'm trying to get a little more hang in here. Now this is, you can hear, pretty wet. And I will towel scrunch this also, but so, and I'm going to do another pump. And just scrunch it in. I'll probably do 3 pumps of this so that the other side gets some too. To get the back, I gotta really bend over here. And squeeze. Hope I didn't go from frame too long. Okay, so now I'm gonna take this new product from Jessicurl, the Jessicurl Spiralicious, which is just a great product. I mean, I really think it's a great product. And I think her Spiralicious and the Sweet Curls Elixir on Etsy, she has a crazy curly hard hold gel. They're very complimentary. The Sweet Curls has more grab and hold. This is a little softer. Both are long-lasting holds, even though they're not super crunchy. So that's another good product to try out. I'll show that to you another day. I have used it in one video. So now I'm going to take, like nickel size, between a dime and a nickel size of this, and I'm going to rake it in over here and start scrunching. Oh, I forgot to squeeze. Got to squeeze first. Now I don't go clear to my roots because I really don't have much root curl. I have a little. Maybe I'm getting more, I don't know. If you have a lot of root curl, of course you'll want to go further up. Do a little scrunch and pump in there. It's starting to dry out. And I'll do about the same amount on the other side. It's really between a dime and a nickel size. Maybe, I don't know, just under a teaspoon. Do some squeezing. Scrunch it and pump. So it kind of gets dispersed around in there. I had my spray bottle over here. I'm in a different location. I think I'd squirt it down a little because I am starting to get a little dry. So there's some all over application. I'll flip up. And here you see what I get when I flip up. And I am makeupless because I'm going to do a little video on a new makeup I got, a new foundation. And I'll put that up too. Because I've decided there's just not, you know, the world is not made up of 35 and under, you know. And there are some few older bloggers and tutorials, but, you know, a great one is Hot and Flashy. If anybody wants to look at her videos, they're great demos and reviews of all kinds of stuff, particularly foundations. And gosh, Sharon Delaney has a lot of good hair videos for gray hair, but not much. Everybody's a teenager or a 20-year-old or a 30-year-old, and it's not the end of the world to get past that age. All right, so I am going to put a little bit more. I am so lovely. So less than what I've been putting on, half of what I've been putting on. And I'm just going to go in. So I'm sealing in the Deva foam with the Spiralicious. That is the fusion product combination that Curly Artistry, a new guild of curly hairstylists, really put together this year as the product combination. And I tell you what, at least for wavy people, that is absolutely the truth. It's a pretty good combo. Now, I don't know how much you can see. I have a 2A, 2B wave, but by golly, it's in there. So I'm going to do one more thing for you on video. I got to go get them. I'm going to show you how I've been clipping the top. Just day one. After that, I just refresh the length. And what volume is there from my pineapple. And so I will be right back. So you've all seen people clip their hair. Maybe everybody has. Lately, I've been doing what, again, this is a Curly Artistry stylist, and sadly I can't remember her name. I'll have to look that up and put it in the description box, but she does something called rainbow clipping. I believe this is what it is where you just push a clump up to a little rainbow shape and then clip across the bottom so that it stays like a little rainbow, which this is going to be harder than heck to do if I don't use the actual mirror. So you clip across the bottom just to get a little volume. And I just go in and take these top pieces. And I am not doing very well at this right now. Usually I do better. So you clip the bottom and you get a little, just a little bit of a lift. I'm going to go do that and I'll be right back. Just going on. Really, it just pushes it up a little bit for me. If you have real curls, you'll probably get more. This is already starting to dry. So anyhow, I am going to go pixie diffuse this, and I will probably also set under the hard hat for a little bit just for the crown, because it just takes longer to dry. And we will see what I come out with. It's got some nice structure anyhow, which is what you always want to work with. And that's how I get good second day hair too. So I will be back after I have pixie diffused. And you've all seen that. And there's a bazillion videos on how to do it. So I'm not going to show you that. 60% dry. And I don't really want to go further than that with heat or just moving air. Just going to demonstrate. I always go in first with my bowl diffuser, cupping it up, letting it set this curl, the wave, and any spiraling that's going on. And you know, I have to diffuse. I cannot get this kind of wave with air drying. It's just not going to happen. That's not my hair. I envy anybody who can. So this will set that spiral first. If I go around pixie diffusing, turn it on, turn it off, remove it. And I will even separate it. Going like that, turn it on, turn it off, move it. Which that on period is longer. I probably do 60 seconds at a time, and then as it gets a little drier, I'll decrease that. And then and in the back too, I do tip my head side to side. I don't pixie diffuse upside down. That doesn't do anything for me. Then I go switch to my Deva hand on my Deva diffuser dryer, and this is where, hi Fenwick, Fenwick's making an appearance. And this is where the moisture retains so much more, and it takes hours and hours and hours and hours to dry otherwise. So I'll like separate that a little and tuck this hand in there, and then I will pixie diffuse this way. So I'm getting into these pockets of the more dense areas of my hair. And I just wanted to show people that I do use both diffusers. And why not? A lot of people use, you're screwing up my focus, buddy. A lot of people use 2 sizes of curling iron, or, you know, you use all kinds of tools. There's nothing wrong with having 2 kinds of tools for your hair, for curly hair. And then I also love this because then I can go around and finish. Really have control over where, and just hold it. And it sets it. It's like setting it without disturbing what wave has gotten set into there. So, you know, it's really handy. It's not a, for me, use alone tool, but it is an awesome finishing tool. So I'm going to start removing these clips and let the rest of it air dry. And then I'll be back to show you it's scrunched out. And I have little claws at my feet because Fin, I lost my girl Sugar. She was 17 years old. And we got a new set of siblings. This is Rosie. Hi, Rosie. And this is Sage. Say hi, Sage. And Fanny's been having a ball. So those are my new family. I'll be back. So here we are, pretty much dry. I'm going to use a little bit of the old coconut oil, just a tiny bit to scrunch it out with. And so like a little tiny bit. Basically get the hand shiny. And just start scrunching. And here we go, scrunching out the crunch. And then I do shake it a little. The nicest thing about a day like today where I can really do it and dry it, because a lot of times I go to work a little crunchy and let it finish drying there, is I think it provides structure for second day hair at least, and maybe even third day hair, which I typically will spritz from here down and maybe reapply some product, usually not as much, and usually of course not have the volume that I have, but I get volume from my pineapple overnight, which is kind of nice. So, but this particular combination of products, the Deva Foam and the Spiralicious, does give just a ton of volume. I don't find that much volume just using the Deva Foam. In fact, I don't get much of anything with just the Deva Foam. I have to use it over something. So I got a lot of nice, and then I usually like to kind of pull this back. Clip it. It's kind of crazy fluffy today because of that, which is, you know, hey, I like it. And I pull that out a little bit so it's not like completely, wow. So this is a lot of volume today with these two products. Like a lot. And I do like clipping my sides back because my nicest curl is underneath, although the canopy's getting better. I'll be very eager to see if the gray, I'm really hoping it keeps as much wave. I hear both things from people, that it's the same, it's a little less, it's a little more, so I think it's just individual. I'll pull that out a little bit. And then what I always do is go back in, because these, if I ever grew my bangs out, it'd be different. But in order to make my bangs do something, I do have to use the curling iron on my bangs, and I just run it like that. And then just fluff them a little. And there you go, man, some pretty va-va-boom volume. I mean, this is just a real volume. Of course, I better show you the back. I never look at it. It's been way wavier using this stuff. Let's see. Here you go. I have no idea what it looks like. And I left my mirror in the other room. So, I am telling you what, and then I like doing this, and my frosting is starting to show through. I really do kind of like it. Sometimes I'll add a second clip on this side where there's more hair. There. Like that. So here you go. That's a lot of wave. And I mean, seriously, I've got 2A, 2B hair, not a big. If I didn't use a diffuser, I would just get kind of a BT wave. So the diffuser really, really helps. And this product combination is great. And I really think that, I mean, I have no idea for curlies how that will work. But man, for wavies or people who are like spirally, I think it's a great combination. And honestly, it will stay pretty much this way all day. That is the story of the Curly Artistry recommendation of the Deva Frizz-Free Volumizing Foam with Spiralicious, Jessicurl Spiralicious over it, sealing it in. And it is a great combo. I also like using this by itself. I would not get this much bump. It would be a little softer, a little beachier. But then, like I said, the next day when I spritzed down my ends for a second day renewal, then I just scrunched this in to the damp ends and I got a ton of volume. So great combo, really like it. Thank you, Curly Artistry people, for discovering how well those two products work together. And glad to be back. I was a little nervous showing you my gray. We'll see. I'm just taking the long route, growing it out. It's probably going to take 2.5 years to get it all the way down. But I don't want to cut it short. I just don't want to cut it short again. And there we go. That is today's video. And I haven't seen you for a while, so I'm really glad that it came out pretty good. And we will talk to you later. Bye-bye.